just got caught yet telling another huge lie against Trump. This one's a big one. $400 million contract between Tesla and the government is not only false, but the truth is actually shocking. And what's shocking is to me is that she tells these blatant lies on national television and no regards to the truth. So let's just watch and see what she has to say.
Elon Musk has apparently somehow convinced the United States government, specifically the United States Department of State, that the taxpayers of the United States of America should spend $400 million buying, quote, armored Tesla production units. Isn't it great and definitely not at all illegal or profoundly corrupt? Definitely not ripping us all off to pay themselves, right?
Donald Trump didn't give that contract to Elon Musk. Joe Biden gave it to him.
This is Delania, and this is my new YouTube channel called Delania Unfiltered, where I pack some of the lies and the whole propaganda going through mainstream media. And this Rachel Maddow example is just exactly why I wanted to start this channel. It's just unbelievable to me that she can get away with these blatant lies on mainstream media. It's just absolutely crazy. So I just wanted to unpack some of the lies. And, well, number one, the $400 million contract that she's claiming that Tesla has with Trump is actually procured. It was procured through the Biden administration back in December 2024. And I believe they started talking about this back in April. So it's not only has it's not going to happen, it was procured by the Biden administration, not by the Trump administration. And the fact number two, it was actually not the Tesla, armored Tesla. They actually changed the name to armored electric vehicles. So Tesla was never confirmed for the contract. But when I did more research, I found that when they put the bid out there, Tesla was actually the only one that responded to the government request for this kind of vehicle, and they've actually gone away from doing any kind of electric vehicle. So this whole initiative has been halted 100%. Number three, if you look on X and anywhere else, you'll see that Elon Musk knew nothing about this. He was surprised that I think if he had a $400 million contract, I think he would probably know about it. And the State Department put this whole contract on hold. No money was ever paid out, and they are not going ahead with this initiative. If anybody knows anything about Trump, ironically, with his friendship with Elon Musk, he's actually not for electric vehicles and sees that the whole country is not ready for an all-electric vehicle initiative. My son has an electric car. I've had an electric car, and just finding electrical stations, and half of them are broken or they're not working. We're just not ready. The country's not ready for 100% electrical vehicle. I think we're a little ways off from that. And even Elon Musk has spoken about that. So just again, the blatant lies with the media. And I kind of did a little bit more research to figure like, how do they kind of get away with this? Like, how do they get away with lying? And so I looked back into, the FCC and kind of what their initiatives are. And they're not policing the mainstream media. They're kind of saying it's freedom of speech. They can say what they want. They see it more as an opinion piece, especially with the news outlets and the Rachel Maddows of the world. They see it more as opinion and kind of wait for other people to kind of correct, as people are doing in the social media. But there are no retractions. And if there is anybody that's going to do something about it, they're going to have to do something like Trump did with George Stephanopoulos. And then it requires lawsuits and money and just a lot of time and energy. So again, they're just spewing all this stuff. Is Elon Musk going to call a lawsuit against Rachel Maddow over this? No, because it doesn't really hurt him. But it's just blatant lies. It's making the public look down on the relationship between Elon Musk and Trump. And that was what the purpose of this was. She did not do any fact checking. All you have to go on the internet, Google it, you'll see what the facts are. For her to take that time to actually put that on the show, it is just incredible to me. It's just that she's relying on the fact that, one, her audience is not going to fact check. Her audience thinks that what she is saying is the truth. And that's what's sad. And I see it And I think it's bothered me the most. And I think I hear a lot of other people saying that, you know, our parents' generation, they went to the news organizations and outlets because they think it's the truth. So they think my mom thinks that CNN is the truth. They're bipartisan. If I say anything against what they say, then I'm lying. I'm crazy. I listen to Fox News too much. But it's not that I listen to Fox News too much. It's actually I do my research. I don't take whatever they say at face value. And it's very frustrating to talk to people that think that CNN and the MSNBC of the world are telling the truth, and that it's real, and that there's no political agenda attached to it. It's 100% political motivated, and they're just echo chambers. So when you go to those MSNBCs and the CNNs of the world, they're just talking to their people. They're only it's an echo chamber. They're just telling everybody what they want to hear, as opposed to telling the people the truth. And when you actually do your research on these things, it's very easy to do. So when I have these arguments with my mom, she kind of regurgitates what they see and say in CNN and these outlets, but I actually stop and do my research. And when I kind of come back at her with the facts and do my research, then I get turned around like I'm crazy and I'm you know kind of mesmerized by Trump and all that. I'm not mesmerized by Trump. I'm mesmerized by common sense and doing what I think is the right thing and not listening to the lies. I keep saying to her, why don't you do some research? Why don't you take the time to do the research to when you kind of say these things like, oh, Trump is bad. Why is he bad? When you say your examples, it's like, well, who told you that? Back it up by the truth. There is no truth. Anyways, that's my rant for the day. I'm just so frustrated with the mainstream media. And when this Rachel Maddow clip came out, it was just so frustrating. To me, it is the absolute perfect example of how the mainstream media is just kind of telling the public their own lies. They're trying to push their narrative, and they're not being policed by anybody. But people are talking now. Thank goodness for X, more freedom of speech and people talking. That's where the truth is going to come out. And I hope to God they just burn. I don't. I just want how Rachel Maddow gets paid $25 million a year is just beyond me. I can't. I can't imagine. So, I hope to God everybody starts doing their own research, finding the truth in themselves, figuring out that the MSNBCs of the world and the CNNs of the world have an agenda, and they're not really out for the truth. They're out to push their narrative and to make the public believe what they have to say is true, and their hopes that the people actually aren't going to do the research. But the problem with so many social media outlets out there, the truth is going to get out, and people are doing the research for them and throwing it right in their face. And even like my mom, she doesn't even believe it anyway. So she's like, well, how do they know? CNN, they must know the truth. But it's crazy. But they are telling the lies. The MSNBCs of the world are telling the lies. They're not getting policed by the FCC. Anyways, I hope to keep digging more and more. I just want to start looking into USAID and all kinds of things, but it's just amazing to me how nobody wants to do the research. So stick with me. Again, this is a new channel. I'm going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. I just really want to break down from, the propaganda bullshit that's out there and then what the actual truth is. And just talking about it, I just want to know what other people think. And am I crazy? I'm happy to know if I'm crazy, but how is Rachel Maddow telling those lies? And how is the government letting the governing bodies of the broadcasting systems, how are they just allowing all this bullshit to happen? And so there's more of a deep dive into this and why these people are getting away with this. But anyways, please follow me, like, subscribe. Would love to hear from anybody, and stay tuned. I have more rants coming up. It's like every day I wake up and look at X, I get all fired up. So here's one of my outlets to let it all out. So again, Delania Unfiltered. Please follow, like, subscribe.